What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dead State. So I was wandering around, like, grabbing oranges and apples and things like this, and it randomly teleported me into an event with this knightly guy over here. And so I figured, it's nighttime, he's being knightly in both the N sense and the KN sense, so I figured we'll step in and help him. I have no idea, it just teleported us in, I don't know. Demons, though you may have taken my village, you will not have this day. Come, meet thy end. What's this, you there, good sir? Stay back, these demons are persistent, but they know not who they challenge. There, they are dispatched, though their bodies were consumed with evil. They were once people, those poor souls. I forget myself, introductions are in order. My name is Sir Charleston, a knight of the kingdom of Mingolf. Sadly, though, I serve no house since the evil consumed my homeland. Hail and well met. It is good to meet anyone these dark days, is it not? Excuse my frankness, good sir, but from where do you hail? It has been nearly a fortnight since I have gazed upon another human face. From Castle Splendid. A castle? By the dragon's claw. Such structures still stand, 'tis no wonder they dubbed it Splendid. Please, hear me out. I am a knight without a master, though I am stalwart and virtuous. I am afraid my stamina cannot hold out if I continue this campaign alone. Therefore, I seek to pledge myself to a lord whose cause is true. If you truly defend the weak from evil, I would offer my humble sword in your service. Do you accept? I accept. From now on, you shall be Sir Charleston of Splendid. Bless you, my lord. I, Sir Charleston, do pledge to defend the weak, champion your cause, and protect our walls, as long as I can swing my sword. Now, perhaps we should seek shelter before more of the demons are upon us. While I have smote many this day, I am afraid even my resolve cannot carry this weary frame much longer. You're wounded? Why didn't you say so? Let's get you back. Yay, Charleston! Apparently we have a psychotic guy with armor and a sword. I mean, at least he's the good kind of psychotic, like the sort of like harmless, hooray, he's gonna help us get stuff done type of psychotic. Anyways, we were gonna harvest some stuff. That's why I was on my way out here to get these corn stalks so that I could bypass the day and then start the next episode at the beginning of the next day. But you know what? The best laid plans, I suppose. Let's go back to the shelter and see if we can finish off the day in style. Okay, 65 fresh food brought in. That'll offset us for a day. That's pretty good. That'll work it on out. I'm alright with it. It's just like, it's hard to stay ahead of the fresh food curve. I feel like I'm always out of fresh food. So where is Sir Charleston hanging out? Like, this is somebody we need to talk to right this second. And Dane the Hiccup tried to get me right there, but I stopped him. He was not worthy. Sir Charleston? Sir Charleston, bring yourself forth. Where is he? Hey. Sir Charleston. I guess the crazy man in armor is not going to be here right now. Let's continue. We're going to go to the next day and sort of just like see how things play out. We gave Grant what he wanted, so hopefully his morale goes up. We got 129 bonus right there. We got all kinds of bonuses going on the top. I think we're looking pretty good on morale. This should mean that each person is like ticking upwards slowly. We have a lot of people at content right now and only a couple at okay. So I figure if we just keep doing what we're doing, they should all upgrade all on their own without us ever having to really... having to like distribute all the cigars and do all that pedantic legwork to make people happy. It was necessary in the early game, but as of right now, meh. Not worrying about it. There's almost 30 of us here right now. That's a pretty good little chunk of society. It's a small village. It's enough people to get by. It's definitely enough to defend ourselves if anybody comes knocking, so that's good. We used... How much food did we use today? So we use about 71 food a day. And because of that, we gained... Okay, so we're looking alright. Looters have done 0 damage to the fence. The earliest they could attack again is day 49. Hey, all these late hours watching the school, I could really use a cup of hot coffee. You know, one time I got lost on the way home from training and I found this great coffee place over in Hunt. Bit of a weirdo vibe, but Hunt's not too big of a town. I bet there's still a ton of coffee over there. Oh man, you don't want to know how many of those corpses I'm willing to fight for a pot of coffee. Agreed, let's make it a priority target. I can't wait, I hope it amounts to a hill of beans. Me too, I'll see you, Joel. This man showed up this morning. He has to speak to the leader of our group. Is that the guy? My name is Sergeant Hartz, part of a forward scouting party for the United States Army. Folks, I have good news for you. Uncle Sam is coming to your neck of the woods. Now, I know you must have a million questions for me, but let me start by saying that what you people have built here is astounding, and if it was up to me, I'd have you all airlifted out tonight. Unfortunately, that's just not possible right now, but I want to assure you, with your cooperation, I'll do everything I can to make that a priority. If you're from the military, I thought they were wiped out. Our forces regrouped out of state several weeks ago. As you may know, we took heavy casualties here in Texas, but our forces to the north have fared much better. We're part of the military's newly formed Civil Assessment and Reconnaissance Team. Our job is to seek out survivors and find hospitable locations that will serve as outposts for our forces from the north when they retake this part of the country. The short of it is, we can't get to everyone at once, so if you help us out, I can recommend your school here for priority evac. Help you out how? We're scouts and most of our supplies are appropriated as we go. I imagine you folks have probably gone through hell to keep yourselves fed, but if you could aid us in a resupply, I would definitely persuade my commander that Splendid is a friend of the military. I want to talk to your commanding officer. I'll see if I can get him on the horn. Communication's been unreliable for weeks. CAR base, this is CAR 8. Do you copy? Static. I repeat, CAR base, this is CAR 8. Please respond. CAR 8, go ahead. We have civilian presses requesting one-on-one. Negative. Your order terms base out. Sorry about that. Like I said, we're lucky if we can get a solid 5 minutes these days without losing the transmission, but I'm more than happy to lay out our options for you. Okay, what do you need from us? We're going to be making a survey of this area over the next few days before we head to the next location. We're hoping you can resupply us on the way back. You give us about 40 rations of food and 20 gallons of fuel, and I promise you I will have your people airlifted out of here within a month's time. I realize that's a big decision to make and that your people are going to need to discuss it, so we'll be back in a few days, and hopefully we can work something out. I'll see what we can do. Great, I hope we can help each other out. I have no idea what's going on out there. Can you answer some questions? I'll answer what I can. What's it like in the rest of the country? Is it really safer than Texas? In the quarantine zone up north, it's like nothing ever happened. We've been recovering, expanding, recruiting. They're doing a great job. We've got multiple zones all over the country. At the rate our boys are handling things, probably have this country back to normal within a year. Another question. What happened to the people of this town that went out of the shelters? I won't lie, not everybody got out of the shelters alive. For those that did, they're safe and sound in the quarantine zone. We did what we could, but those first few weeks hit us all pretty hard. Why did the military pull out of here and leave us to die? It wasn't by choice. Some of our forces down here went AWOL, deserted their posts, killed their commanding officers. It's a damn shame. We're not proud of how we left things, but that's where the Civil Assessment Reconnaissance Team comes in. We're going to sort this mess out and get people to safety. Is there a cure for bites yet? Not yet, but they're getting real close. Matter of weeks before we have a vaccine. The science types are doing amazing work in the QZ. Probably have it done by the time you get there. That's all I have to ask right now. I'll let you get going. We'll see y'all real soon. Take care of yourselves. Alright, men. Let's clear out. We should meet about this immediately. Alright, I'll meet you inside. Ah, 'tis a brand new day with which to take the fight to the demon hordes. I have come to assist the War Council in drawing up their plans. How many men strong are we? 100? 1,000? Everyone under this roof. Well, some of them. So the odds are against us. It seems even Castle Splendid has not fared well against the evil that grips this land. But fear not. With a hardy warband of our strongest champions, even an army could be defeated. The demons have a fatal weakness, you see. Overconfidence. Take me with you this day, and I shall teach them fear. I would welcome a warrior of your caliber by my side. Your flattery is appreciated. I serve ready to fight by your side. Give the order, and I shall cleave the demon army in twain. Every day I can take the fight to them as a day closer to victory. Hooray! Hey, got something I've been saving in case things didn't work out here, but seems like I might be sticking around a little while longer. There's this house. Fancy place. Big walls, high security. I don't know what's in there, but I didn't want to chance it alone. It's a big place. If no one's there, it could be an easy payoff. If it's empty, I'm positive I can get us in, but I need somebody watching my back. Alright, I got a good feeling about it. Let's hear it. Well, it's just a feeling, you know, like nobody builds a house like that if they aren't worried about their safety. Electricity might be off and locks can be picked, but if there's survivors in there, they ain't gonna be happy to see us. Alright, well, let's investigate anyways. Cool, let me check your map. Alright, the place is right here. The locks will be no problem for me, but I don't do action. If they start shooting, that's all you. Thanks for bringing it, Ephraim. I'll let you know when we go there. I'll see ya. As you are all aware, a Sergeant Hartz visited us this morning, allegedly on behalf of a U.S. Army scouting party. He's asking for 40 rations of food and 20 gallons of gas on his return. For this, he will convince his superiors to assist us with aid, or possibly even evacuation when he makes his report. This could be a way out for us. How should we proceed? Finally. I've been saying it since we got here. We're not equipped to deal with this in the long run. We need to get these people evacuated into a safe zone. Those supplies are a small price to pay for our safety, and let's not forget the hope it's going to give everybody around here. But I trust you to make the right call on this one. I'll back you no matter your decision. I was in the army, and it's not uncommon for soldiers to have to fend for themselves when supplies are tight. I can only imagine the state of the supply lines right now, especially here in Texas. However, this scouting party doesn't mesh with the standard protocol. It's too risky and too low budget. If there's really a safe zone, there's better ways to get intel. Satellites, helicopters, caravans. Something about their story. It's off. I don't have any proof, but that's what my instincts are telling me. If you think it's the right thing to do, I'll go against my better instincts and support you. Of course, we should support them, and I think most people here would agree. Isn't this what we've all been waiting for? However, if you feel differently, I'll still back you. I haven't regretted it too often in the past. Looks like we've got a pretty clear-cut decision to make. Do we give them supplies or not? You know, honestly, I respect Paul's opinion big time, and he's exactly the guy we should be talking to right now. He knows what the SOP is when it comes to the military and things like that, especially since he was in a scouting position. Rangers, I think, are counted as light infantry in the military. At least that's what they're classified as. They're supposed to be scouts, essentially. Forward advanced scouts, snipers, things like that. And so in this situation, he would know. The fact that his gut is not going along with it. We have the supplies to spare, so frankly, I feel like we don't really have much to risk by it. We have the extra gas, we have the extra supplies, so maybe we should just go with it and sort of see what happens. Okay, we can negotiate it for half. The proposal is to give them half of the requested supplies and convince them that we're complying as best we can. Is that your final decision? So Vic and Todd are on board with that one, and then Paul's going to be... It looks like we've definitely got numbers. Michiru, Mark, Ephraim, and Bud. Actually, the entire cast of military characters is against it. That says a lot to me, in fact. Because Mark was ex-military, as I recall, before he became a chef or a cook. Bud Larson was in Vietnam in the military. The fact that all the military guys are against this concerns me. Because they would be the ones who would know in this situation, I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just a civilian. I have no idea what the standard operating procedure is for, you know, scouting parties and things of that nature. Seeing as we have a guy right here who was in scouting parties, like that's what he did in the military. I think that's actually going to be a really, really unpopular decision, though. I think I'm going to go for democracy on this one. Yeah, let's just go with what everybody wants in this one. I have taken Paul's account into consideration. I don't think the military can harm us, even if they wanted to. They said that they're low on supplies and they're overextended, so that in and of itself. The decision is to offer Hearts and his scouts less and convince them that we're giving them all we can. The hope is that he will still recommend us for evacuation. Well, essentially, it's still giving them what they want, so I'm okay with it. And you seem to be able to smooth talk people around here, so I'm sure they'll take it. If you feel really good about this, I'll support you on it. I'd have given them what they asked for, but I do think our gesture will still be accepted. That concludes our meeting. We'll wait for Hearts and his men to come back and inform them of our decision. Okay. I think we're doing 10 people disagreed. Okay, well, that's the best that I could do for right. Although I didn't see a full 10 count right there. Like, it looked like 6 people disagreed, so I don't know. Since this is what we got, this is what we got. So I suppose they'll be back in a day or two and we'll smooth it over. We'll see if we can get that fixed. For right now, we're totally taking out Sir Charleston. Like, he's in our party from now on, no matter what. So Charleston is the shit, and I think he's gonna be our Minkskin Boo, basically. So, we got a bunch of people with no jobs right now. I'd like to throw them on something. Got guard duty over here. Lane, they like it when he's on relaxation duty or something like that. Got people farming. We got Ephraim. Let's throw him on, I guess, maintenance for right now. I don't want to have too many people on relaxation, and I like the bonus that we get, so we'll have him on. He can tune up the car a little bit further. What do we need right here? More parts? Oh, we're out of parts. Interesting. Okay, so let's put a bunch of people on relaxation for right now. There's not a whole lot left to get done. We'll just kind of like have people hang out, I guess. Yeah, make a laser-sighted MS4. That'll be pretty cool. Extra weapons that we didn't have before. Is the other gun still being worked on? I don't think it is. Over here on this side, we'll have him go to shooting practice. Kind of train the kid up and make sure he becomes the wasteland survivor that we need him to be. And then for everybody else with no job, we got Anita Cass. Anita Cass, I would appreciate it. What do we got going on down here? Well, I would love to silence up a... Oh, she only has 7 mechanical skill. Never mind. I wanted to silence up the Mark V. A sniper rifle, I think, is a pretty good plan, too, if we can find somebody with 8 mechanical skill. What about Ephraim? Ephraim, what are you doing right now? Ephraim, where'd he go? Oh, he can make the sniper rifle. Yeah, make us a sniper rifle real quick. We could use it. As many of them as we can possibly use. And so, if we got the sniper rifle, I think that'll make our lives quite a bit more, well, smooth, to say the least. It'll be like a new bottle of peanut butter. I love that when it's all nice and smooth on top and the wrinkles haven't been touched. And then somebody's always got to come along and dig a knife into it and just make it ruined. And I'm like, nah. The way that you do it, there's a proper SOP to doing this. You work around the sides. And then after you do all of the sides so that there's just a perfect column in the middle, then you ruin the middle. But up until then, you're supposed to leave it all alone. Just saying. There's a way to do this. There's a way to do this. What's he good at? He's actually not that good. He's kind of crazy. I thought that he'd have way better melee skill. That sucks. Never mind. Sir Charleston ain't coming along. He's too bad. We can't bring him. He's not good enough. That's the unfortunate thing here, is that he just kind of sucks. Alright, well, Grant, what can you do with chemistry over here? Molotov cocktails are about it. How do we cook up? So once we get the science lab, we can start making ourselves mines and other good stuff, noisemakers, tear gas. We can make our own rounds, too, which is pretty cool. So I think that's probably a smart idea as well, though it costs a lot of fuel to make bullets, so... How does it cost us that much fuel? Interesting. Alright, well, relax, Grant. Be chill. And then I'm going to bring Troy back in because he's like an all-around survivor that's nice to have around. You got to put up with his temperament and his, you know... Well, I guess that's it. You got to put up with his temperament and his ill opinions, but other than that, he's actually pretty decent to have around in both a scrap and an adventuring sense. Lots of interesting things happening. I want to see how this plays out with the military, though, too. I kind of feel like they're bullshitting us as well, just trying to, like, grab stuff off people as they go through, because people will latch on to, like, any authority figure if they haven't had one for a while, just in the hope that maybe someday... Hold on, I messed up. Maybe they'll be right. Drop that stuff in. There we go. And we got to go back on over to Troy. We'll throw the loot onto him real fast. Let me grab the armor menu here. Back up to the tip top. And we'll throw the... Wait, where did it go? Oh, it's on the bottom. There we go. We'll throw that on him. We'll give him his boots back. Give him his helmet back. We'll give him his ballistic gloves back. And then as far as weapons go, I was pretty pleased with the loadout that he had before. And so until we get sniper rifles, I'm going to try and get a couple of sniper rifles, but... First things first, let's give him his katana back. Technically, we could bring that along, which would be pretty dope. We'll just give him like a bow instead so that he has piercing damage. And then on top of that, we'll bring along... Where'd the katana go? It's down here somewhere. There it is. Then we'll give him some Molotovs, like a backup item. And now that that's done, actually, we could just give him the bat, which might actually be better. 42 to 55. Yeah, give him the bat. I bet that'll work out okay. And then we'll bring frag grenades along too, just in case we need to use them. I know people have been sad because I haven't been using the grenades along the way. And let's get back out here and see what exploration there is to be done before we leave. He's going to hang out by the front door, huh? I'll talk to him in the next episode. We got to get out there. We did a lot of dialogue in today's episode, so I'm interested in kind of like moving forward a little bit. I wish Max was still chilling around. I don't know. He's been bugged the entire game. He's still just like sitting over there, being all locked down. There's the Winter's Emergency Shelter that we could go after. The Bear Arms Gun Store. Let's go to Lampasas. Lampasas is over here, so I figure we stop on by and just see how this goes. We've got the firearms now to actually get through people's armor and cause some serious pain. So, I figure there's not too much of a risk for us to swing on by, right? Let's go. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Lampasas looks like it's not doing so well. Alright, well, let's deal with the Zeddies first. Pretty sure this one's going to come over here and try and attack us. Yeah, we're going to stay in combat on this one. Let's go ahead and get people set up with all of their weapons, though, while we're here. Oh, he didn't bring any ammo along. I'm dumb. Alright, well, hopefully we don't need it. I mean, he's got that home wrecker of a bat. That thing is terrifying, so who even cares? I had to make a move right there. It wouldn't let me end my turn. He bugged out. Like, I was clicking on stuff and he wouldn't go. We actually had to... move. I was hitting the space bar and it wouldn't end the turn. He had to move and then do it for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on right now. Oh, maybe it's just like moving stuff around in the background. No idea, but we'll deal with it in a second. So we got another Zed down right here. There it is. We'll grab the parts out of there because obviously we need them. I'm going to try and pick up as much random stuff while we're here as I can because we need to break stuff down for parts again. And in fact, the best plan for doing that would probably be to go back up to the RPG Codex and grab all the sawed-off shotguns that they had over there because those things weigh like 7-10 pounds apiece. And so with that weight, they actually turn into a lot of parts whenever you decide to scrap them out. I've destroyed a lot of shotguns on this playthrough. And honestly, it's been a really, really good gambit when you need extra stuff. So Lampasis looks like it was basically, this is what my high school looked like. It was just a bunch of portables. There's like a central building. And if you got lucky, you were in the central building. But if you got unlucky, you'd be stuck in the portables all day. Kind of depend what classes you had, I guess. Let's go ahead and wail on this guy for a second. I am a little bit worried. If we come across the military, I may go back home. And we'll resupply. We'll get ourselves locked in and maybe get some gas masks and something like that. Because they do like to chuck around some of the more dangerous explosive objects. And I don't want... I am flammable, but I don't feel like going down that path today. I prefer to keep myself uninflamed, giggity. So there it is. Whack this dude real fast. I like that these zombies carry around good stuff, though. Like, they have boots, they have bullets, they have a bunch of stuff that I want. This zombie's going to notice in just a second if we don't whack her, so let's take care of her. Love this riot baton, by the way. Probably my favorite weapon that I've picked up the entire game. We just critted that corpse for 127 damage. That's, like, wild. Within the confines of the game, that's a really, really big hit. Oh, good. A couple handfuls of antibiotics so that we can keep Melinda Guzman up and running. Maybe not running. I don't know. She doesn't strike me as a particularly athletic individual, but what do I know about anything? Grab a bullet vest, some extra shotgun shells. Sure. As many zombies as we can take out here. I don't feel like there's enough cars here. Like, there should be more cars if this was going to be like a evac location. I bet this place would be swamped. Honestly, I don't even know if I would go for it if I was in that situation where they were evacuating the area. Oh, shit. Well, that zombie's going to come over here and look, and that's fine. He can look. He just can't touch. I'm going to take the first turn, though. Take a couple swipes right here. This may work out to our benefit. Just sort of like draw them all in. I don't want to fire at anybody just yet. I do want to check out this composite bat, though, so I may take him up here. Yeah, 53 points of damage on that first swing. They're going to get stuck at this little impasse right here, and so unless they get smart and come around this way, which I don't think that they will, we should be able to keep the fight. Oh, they're actually breaking through doors all on their own, so I should have lockpicked. I made a mistake. It's okay, though. I haven't used the lockpick like the entire game because I don't really see the point. Like, even the swarms aren't that bad. We've only seen the one swarm the entire time we've been playing that was anywhere near terrifying. It was at that fast food place. Things got out of hand pretty quickly at the fast food place, but much beyond that, it hasn't been terrible. I'm going to swing around this way, and we'll attack from this direction with a couple people. Just because it seems like a wise idea in case this escalates into a melee that we don't want to take forever by killing one zombie at a time. Let's move people around slightly. Now that she's down, we should be able to step. Take him. He got a knockback right there. Oh, it actually killed him. Good. He just got the staggering animation first. This may be pointless, but I figured I'd just bring people over. I didn't know how fast the composite bat was going to go through people. Although I am compositively convinced right now that it is a home wrecker of a weapon. It killed one of our characters. It's a little grim to use a weapon that was used to slay one of your... I'm not going to say friends, but one of your compatriots, I suppose. Once we get done with this fight, we'll break off the episode. In fact, I think I'll probably just clear out the zombies right now off camera to save us time in the next episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcastle for the next episode of Dead State. I look forward to seeing you all in future episodes. I will see you there. Hi-do, everybody.